Welcome in, everybody. This most scary of hour, 2 minutes past midnight on technically not Halloween anymore. Um, Everything there happened a little bit late, because I was busy setting up my set, such as it is, and then that last little bit delay between the end of the timer and me actually making any noises was because the set I just put together started falling to pieces because I tried to be clever with it in the last couple of seconds. Thank you all for coming. I didn't set up the next scene wrong, so you'll see everything right away. But I couldn't check it for the entire duration of the pre-stream, so I only mostly know. So if I click through to the next scene and you immediately see the new outfit, then we're just going to have to live with that reality. It simply will be what it will be. So let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, no. That's exactly what I want to avoid. Okay, good. I didn't do that. Oops-a-daisy. I did flash you a bunch of ugly settings, which may have slightly given away one of the little twists I want to put on tonight. We're going to start this in a somewhat unconventional way. Which is to say, I'm not actually going to show you the full model because I'm using a slightly different program than usual. I'm not using VC Face, and this doesn't support mouse click moving your model around, so I can't actually show the model off without all those setting sliders you just saw. So we're going to do this the two-dimensional way first. And then I'm going to transition into actually showing you the model, and that works out because there's a variant of the model that I can't really use for streaming, but I think looks very nice, which is what I'm going to show you now. Thank you for participating in democracy. So we're going to start from the bottom up, which I think is everyone's preferred method, but I always have to check. Well, I don't have to check. I want to check. And we're going to start with the boots, which at this stage you wouldn't be getting much wiggle out of me anyway. But do take a look. Actually, it's going to take a while to get all the boots on screen, to be honest, because they go on and on. Is it control click to not? I have to remember Alt. There's a way to do this where it isn't going to snap to the bottom of the screen, but there's the boots. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Are we seeing a vision yet? Are we seeing the little flash of visible knee up the top? Flash of something else? Seeing the dream? Okay. It did snap onto the edge of the screen. What can you do? Take a look, y'all. We're gonna go on past the knee. Up. Gonna go on all the way up. Stop that. We're gonna go all the way up to the hips. Now just you take a look. And you may see the vision starting to take shape. You may see what the cooking is cooking, I almost said. Oh, I gotta keep the mic mute handy. I am, as is very seasonal, down with a cold at the moment. So if I stop talking and mute suddenly or sound very raspy, it's because I just had to very quickly hit mute on the mic so I didn't absolutely blow all your ears out by coughing. It feels appropriate. I almost wish my voice was hoarser because it would go with the look more. Do they lie? They might tell you some lies. They may well tell you lies. Now, I'm gonna give you all a story. I'm gonna give you all a preamble before I scroll up any further, which is that prior to doing this stream, when I decided I wanted to do it on Halloween, I did take the time. I put aside a couple of hours and I read through all of Twitch's terms of service, and I read through their community guidelines, everything regarding nudity, exposure, decency, everything like that. And I think, Tummy, actually, what's crazy is that any policy they have really isn't reflective of the kind of perversions that accrue in VTuber Twitch chats, because there's nothing about tummy that's allowed for just anybody. You can just show that for free. But yes, having read through the terms of service and the community guidelines, I think that what I'm about to show you is okay. I will have to make sure it's not too much of the screen, because otherwise that isn't okay. So we may get the last bit all in a hurry, because I don't want to get in trouble. But I want to say to any Twitch moderators who might happen to be watching, I made a good faith attempt to understand what the rules are, and I think this is fine. I do have a slightly more modest alternative if it proves to not be, but having given you the preamble, let's go down to the shoulders. And let's not linger too long here, because otherwise I will get in trouble. And we'll get on all the way to the face. Oh my. And I tell you what, I was pretty happy with how that came out on the initial design, and Jupiter, who I will give a shout out to in just a moment, did a fantastic job bringing it to fruition. And now that we've got this, the mask, by nature of Vroid, I'm sure there is a way that, see, this is the kind of, that's exactly the reaction I was hoping for. It all works out. I'm sure there is a way I could just turn off mouse tracking entirely. I haven't figured it out. I meant to figure it out, but I didn't end up having the time. It's fine. I'll work it out. But this will probably mostly be for like showing off and photo sets and stuff. Now, let me get the actual shebang. Oh, almost forgot. You can still see that. Hold on. Luckily, I caught myself just in time. Now let's get me all situated somewhere comfortable on the screen. It's weird doing this with sliders. You don't realize how good you have it with VC Face. Okay. Now let's take you away, and let's bring in me. That's really far away. Hold on, I can be more zoomed in than that. I'm turning it off between things so you don't have to see all the sliders, because I feel like it hurts the immersion of the moment a little bit. Let's see, how's that? How are we looking? That's more like it. That's much more like it. Well, there we are. And the reason that things were a little late tonight and why I had to do this in an orthodox manner is because since this is an outfit debut, it felt only appropriate that I splash out a little bit on the fancy stuff. Just for you, It's Halloween. Why ever not? Plus, I want to be able to point to the details like the haircut. What do we think? Jay with short hair. It's actually much more reflective of the real length of my hair at the minute. It's a little shorter, but not by much. Is reflective of the real length of my ears. Hand movements. Oh, you know, actually, I haven't used this in such a long time. This is quite possibly the first time some of you here are seeing me do this trick. The raver influences. It's, you know, that wasn't on purpose. That kind of just like arrived through the ether a little bit. Hang on, let me back up this thing. I got long arms and a limited FOV on the camera. All the left your body? Fucking Nosferatu got it. What happened, girl? Left your body? It's supposed to be in there. Looks so good I'm sucking the damn blood out of people. What's going on? Sorry, I'm just admiring the hand trick. This whole, hang on, it's a bit difficult. I've got the mic in front of me. This whole situation, it is very funny being me. Like, who historically, like, my whole look going back to like the genesis of me as I am. Getting reports that Ree's Blood has been seen opening a bank account to tier 3 subscribe. That's fucking real. I know that's right. Hey, you should all follow the example of Ree's Blood. But yeah, it's very funny being me because my original outfit, which funny enough, I've never had a model of, and I think I've, unless you go way back in like early SHS, I've always had like the hero suit. Um, but like the original thing was like a button-up shirt and a sweater and like a pullover blazer type of situation, not a blazer, cardigan situation. And then I had like the hero suit still with the same cardigan, and then obviously my last outfit was a little bit on the racier side, but mostly because I was wearing a skirt and had my thighs out. So I've never really had to like think about this. It was funny making an outfit, and then when I went to actually debut it, I had to think, hang on, is is this allowed on Twitch? Can I be? Is this fine? I'm sure it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's fine. There is a modest alternative, as I say. Oh yes, and the fishnet fingers. Hold on. Be careful of the mic. What do we think of that? I'm pretty into it. Just shedding layers over the years. Yeah, you know, I surely I'm gonna I'm gonna need Twitch's terms of service to loosen up a bit before I get a fourth outfit. The I think we owe the fishnets inclusion to Zet actually. I'm fairly sure that was something they suggested, although it has been a while now. We went shopping for this outfit back in January. But you can't rush perfection, and as ever, I cannot ever credit them enough. Jupiter has done a fantastic job. I really couldn't be happy with. Oh, I should have shown you the. Let me get the. I'll do it on here so I don't have to move around too much. Let me show you the eyes up close because they're a fun touch. Careful, don't have my boobs too much on the screen or Twitch will get upset. It is I get why. I know there's a reason for this. But I did like go to like the support section for Twitch's website to like submit like a message, and they have drop downs for it. And I did like drop down for community guidelines, like decency and exposure, whatever the hell it's called. And like literally, when you click that, the text box disappears, and it comes up with a message saying, "Yeah, we can't check that in advance." And I was like, "All right, that's I get it. Like I kind of get why because it's situational, but I would have loved to just like submit them a PNG of my new model and be like, "Hey, is this okay? Is this fine? Can I do this?" You know, but that would require having like a human moderator on the other end. So I'm living in a fantasy land. I'm living in the past. Right. Let me get a bigger me on the screen. Actually, wait. Can I? Actually, I tell you what. Go over there. Go over there, and then I have to think. It's no, it's this one. Yep, because it's all mirrored. Uh, my new eyes. England with an email like, what do you think of this purple site? Yeah. Is this acceptable? Is this too boobed up on a Friday night for you? I've gone out wearing more revealing than this. This is surely fine. If it's okay for the well, I was going to say if it's okay for the club, it's okay for Twitch.tv, but maybe that isn't true. Naruto Bloodline Power, the Bunnigan. It's never too boobed up. It's never too boobed up. When I went to Trans Pride, not this year, the one before, there was a girl there who was literally just completely topless, except for like, what do you call them? Like pasties, pasties probably. Pasties is like the hot food. And I thought that was absolutely tremendous of her, but maybe appropriate for the club and appropriate for Twitch.tv. Maybe there is some distance between those two camps. You probably couldn't do that here. In fact, having read the terms of service, I know you can't do that here. Exercise my mandate of heaven. That's fucking right. I do have the mandate of heaven. I can do whatever I like. And I can tell you how I know that. Because I got paid today. I went to the Gashapon shop. I went in there, saw a machine that had something I wanted, did one spin, got it, left. 90% of my interactions with the Gashapon shop, because I have the mandate of heaven. Everything comes up J in the end. I would love to turn around and show you the tail, also black. but I don't think there's a good way to do that. I will definitely do some glamour shots and post them in the Discord later. I meant to do it sooner, but I had to set up pipe and drape behind me so the tracking would stop freaking out. It's all very professional, I promise. Can I? Can I? Come on. It's naturally two hands together confuses it, but I want to hit the... Blessed be. It's close enough. Oh, excuse me, I have to have some water. I spent so much time panicking about the technical stuff, I didn't think of anything to say. Excuse me, thank God the water bottle was in the way. You'd see I drink with my pinky up. Sentai, thank you so much for the gifted subscription. Thank you. Very kind. Thank you for coming, by the way. That's what I meant to do. I meant to. And do I know my way around Twitch's commands? I meant to shout out. Yes! There we are. Giving a shout out to Jupiter, the model artist. Right. It comes up so rarely for me, I've actually forgotten the terminology. The hands behind what you're seeing now, the tailor who I took the clothes requests to back in January, who has done, as ever, a tremendous job. I was a little worried taking this to them, not because I thought they couldn't do it. The usual term is I'm not cool. I don't think Jupiter would want me to call them that. My parent, my dad, my dad, Jupiter. Mama, I can't call Jupiter that. That's my business associate, my progenitor. I could take that. But yeah, because obviously all my other outfits, my daddy and my mommy, and my daddy and my mommy. Obviously all my other outfits have been like, it's like a sheer blue bodysuit with like a cardigan and some boots and some gloves, and then the other one is like a leotard, a skirt. The jacket, admittedly, was a little more complicated for that, but like this is notably more complicated. Let me hold on. I'm gonna disappear for a second. Don't get scared. Don't freak out. I'm gonna disappear. Watch this. Boom. Right, I have to move up a little bit so I can show you the legs. Actually, I can let's just pull it back. Just pull it back a little. Can I? It's a round, isn't it? Right. Okay. And then nope. I remember how this works. I'm having to switch between controls on a lot of different programs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't work. I highlighted a bunch of applications. 1, 2, 3. There we are. I'm kind of up. Oh, I know why that is. No, I don't. I thought I did. No, that's made it worse. Who knows? It's the wonders of technology. Right. Well, that's too far away. Hold on. I'll work it out. You really don't appreciate how easy VC Face is to use till you haven't got it. You can actually, you can use the limb tracking of this with the face tracking from VC Face, but doing so and streaming at the same time would probably have set my computer on fire, so I thought better of it. Now you see it, now you don't. Can I? This is not related to what we're doing here at all. Oh, hang on. Actually, if I turn body tracking, a little something for the freaks. Sorry about that. Has to be done. The opportunity is rare. I've never had my... No, I have had my arms out before. I haven't had this much of my arms out before. Anyway, you guys know the movie Now You See Me? It's like Woody Harrelson. I want to say Jesse Eisenberg. It's a few years old now. I remember when they made the second one of those, I was beside myself that they called it Now You See Me 2. Because surely like the rub there. You make a movie about like magicians doing heist shit called Now You See Me, and you make it does well, and you make a second one. Surely, now you don't is the thing there. Um, and then, but yesterday I think I was on the bus to work, and I saw. And this is the only way I find out what new movies are coming out. By the way, I saw a billboard on a passing bus for Now You See Me: Now You Don't. So they're making a third one, and now they're calling it the thing that they should have called the second one. So I was right the first time, and they should have listened to me back in like 2017 when they made that sequel, because I knew best. And again, everything comes up, Jay, in the end. So I got what I wanted. That's been a bugbear of mine for years, that they made a sequel to Now You See Me and didn't call it Now You Don't. And now they have, so everything's fine. Oh, by the way, while I'm gesturing at it, how do we like the new background? Tell me if it hurts your eyes. I am conscious that having a very dark thing with like kind of higher saturation elements in front of it could be a little bit eye strainy. I wasn't quite sure if this worked out okay. How do we feel? Is it upsetting to look at? Would it be distracting or like off-putting, or induce photosensitive reactions across the length of, say, like an 8-hour Skyrim playthrough, which is something I do now. Because I think it's okay. It doesn't hurt my eyes, but I am a beast like that. Don't think I've had too much trouble with it. That's good. Loving the series when they go back and forth on numbering the entries. You can really feel the upper management. As I can't get into this. I can't possibly get into this. But me and V and Titania have been like, well, Titania a little bit because she's not as she wasn't raised on those streets like me and V were. We've been talking about Halo because there's been all the remake announcements, and I so badly need Halo 7 to just be called Halo 7. I need it in my bones. Not because I really care, but I think going from like Halo, well, Combat Evolved, but nobody, yeah, it's Halo 1. Everyone knows that's Halo 1. But Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo Infinite, Halo 7 would just be so perfectly funny to me. I love when franchises go on too long and they drop the numbers and then they pick them back up. Mortal Kombat did it, and look where that got us. Huh? What? You're in my head. You know what I'm talking about. I was thinking of oh, it wasn't even called Mortal Kombat 9, was it? The first one of like the new era stuff was just Mortal Kombat. And then they did MKX. And then Mortal Kombat 11. Fuck. Oh, it's the best. It's like when you tell a joke but nobody laughs, so you tell it again a little louder. It's poetry. The Alien franchise. There's a few examples. It is like that. Where did I put my water? I didn't want to scare the tracking. You know, this app has full body tracking as well, and I discovered in messing around with the VC face and this thing that you can actually like tell your computer to take the input from your camera and like rotate it, which is something I've wanted before. It doesn't super work with the ring light setup I've got going on, but I could absolutely make it work for something else. So you could have like, I'd have to do it in a different room, probably. But full body tracking J is on the table now. That is something I want to do. Oh, that's right. Half the reason I zoomed out. I'm gonna give you some back shots real quick. I hope you don't mind. Hold on. Let me see. Does it look around? Yeah, there you go. Right. Oh, almost forgot again. Boom. Right, there you go. Check this shit out. I Oh, I love being 3D so much. It's so awesome. Tail. It's so crazy. I literally just now thought about this. I've had like every time, like I have this tail 24/7. Every time you see me, it's always there, no matter the outfit, and you never ever get to see it. What a crime! What a travesty! It's so cute, right? It's such a fun tail. We've actually, me and Jupiter have been in this game for so long that we used to. Hang on, can I get some? Hang on, if I back up a little, can I get some hip shake? Come on, come on. Ah, not quite. Legs are pretty rooted in place. You say putting the third D in makes a big difference? Hey, that's real talk. If only we could have hey, if only we could have a tail that hangs in front. As I'm sure some animals could. For rabbits, it's a little stumpier in nature. There's not much to be done about it. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I wish I could give you some. Can I get some parallax going so you can see it? I'm just going to have to turn it around. Hang on. Let me get the. I almost did the. I could. That could go against TOS. It could. It maybe could. Right. Let me turn around so you can get the profile. Huh. Yeah, there you go. Actually, this is. Boy, this is potentially a dangerous view that you haven't had of me before. The J profile. I don't know if I've done this before, actually. I think I've generally kept it facing. I almost said head on. No, that way. Head on. There you go. Oh wait, I can. Where are you? I can look over there. Kind of. I can watch you from where I'm standing. Also shows off the chunky ass boots. I love a good pair of big boots. I have been wearing my ones for work lately because it's been rainy. The wet season. It's the time that my like summertime sneakers have to go away, and I don't have any boots that zip up the front like this. But honestly, looking at it, I kind of want some now. Hitting the Gorillas Demon Days cover up post. I need one more of. Oh, Jesus! Oh, the terrible cougher. I need one more version of me, and I could have a whole Demon Days cover of just myself. Or I could, it could potentially be like me and my three, like, extended streaming collaborators if I wasn't such a narcissist. Going around Doc Martens everywhere because I got a good deal on in Japan after wrecking my hiking boots. I've never had Doc Martens. There's a clip of Polka saying Dr. Martin that's really in my head, but I didn't just want to drop it without any context. Yeah, I've never had any DMs Doc Martens. And that's crazy. I think when I was a kid, DMs were only ever short for Doc Martens, and now that's something else. And the thing is, if you're wearing Doc Martens, you're probably not going to slide because they got solid soles. And that was so dumb. I completely destroyed my own train of thought. Sliding into Doc Martens while she's fucking wearing them, no less. Appalling behaviour. Do seem to have a lot of stores over there. I don't know I gotta turn back around. I feel weird not looking at you guys head on, but I wanted to show off the tail, which I think you can see. Maybe dark me on a dark background wasn't the best idea ever. Right. Back to front. The front. Oh. How are we all doing on Halloween, by the way? On the most, I think, I don't want to say spooky. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who can rock saying spooky off the cuff like that. How are we doing this scary festive season? Is what I mean to ask. There we are. That's how we like it. The waste is, not to talk about myself in these kind of terms, the waste is kind of crazy, right? The the big jackets tend to hide it a bit, but I feel like this is a unique view of what I've got going on. Um, put those docs to their residency. There's something there. There's definitely something there. It's one of the most VTuber holidays. That's kind of what I was thinking. That's the language I was struggling for. Halloween is absolutely the VTuber holiday season, I feel. I mean, even I have done multiple streams this month. Last month it's November for me now. But, it's after midnight on Halloween, which I think until the sun rises on November 1st, it's still Halloween, right? Like that goes until the start of the day, really, not just on the clock. Because otherwise, after midnight on Halloween, it stops being October at all, and that just can't be right. Oh,ちょっと It's not the end until we're done partying. I know, that's right. I didn't plan on going long tonight. I figured I'd just do a quick something to show off because I was excited. I wanted to show you the model. I actually did get this a little while ago, but fitting it in and making assets and stuff took a bit more time. Halloween, I know, until the fat skeleton shrieks. I know, that's right. The fat banshee wails. Sorry about that. Ooh. Never mind. Um, I could go a little long, to be honest. I don't have anything in mind for us to do, though. And I feel like the only trouble with doing a stream at 11:45 on a Friday is that I do wake up at like 6:45 to go to work on a Friday, and for whatever reason, I am not a person who can nap. It just isn't in my nature. So I have been up quite a while, and as you can probably tell by my wafflier than usual nature, I am a little tired. Um, haven't got any Halloween games prepared, so we're probably not going to go too long, and I will let you all proceed on with your evening of costumery and trick and treating. Hitting naps every day. It's simply I wish it were me when I have taken a nap. Like sometimes it feels amazing. Most of the time I just go back to sleep when I wake up. Like I'm down for 20 minutes and then I get up and I'm like either I just lay there and don't actually nap at all or I just fall asleep for 4 hours. There's not really any in between for me, which is a terrible shame because I think a nap would do me some good, but the eye bags are an important part of the brand. Um, Potentially problematic question: is there now going to be a third J Cup variant? Mysterio, you are in my head because I was literally going to talk to Jupiter and Ryan about that. That's like a future question. I could probably just talk to Ryan about it. I've got enough still on Jupiter's plate because ahaha, this is not actually everything that I took to Jupiter's tailoring service back at the start of the year. This is just the foundation, as you may recall, as Jacobs with a long memory might remember. When I got my second outfit, I was just in the leotard and skirt for a while before the jacket got finished, and this is a similar situation. I'm going to be accessorizing in the future. I don't know when. I've told Jupiter no rush because I do ask a great deal of them and they provide incredible work at very reasonable rates. So I don't put a rush on their stuff at all. But at some point, this will be getting a couple of what I think are going to be very nice accessories. Don't forget to drop the outfits. Trust me, I wouldn't dream of it. Basically, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to open up VRM and just like start making poses. I'll try and get a few nice ones to show off the versatility, the style. the you know the style. Sorry, that's crass. That's crass. I don't mean that. I mean the boobs, but that's neither here nor there. Festival Jacobs to celebrate the seasons. You can put those things in a little Christmas hat for sure. I don't know. Like, I was wondering actually, since you bring it up, like what a third, what a third kind of J cup would be like, because obviously there's like the sort of the regular chocolatey one and then the kind of blue raspberry type. Um, by nature of what this outfit is, the sludge, the slime, the ooze, the tar, like something very non-Newtonian. I feel something quite viscous. Pumpkin spice J cup. The thing is, I'm going to be like this is. I felt it was very appropriate to debut this on Halloween, and also that is tradition. Because I did the same thing with my last outfit. It's just black coffee. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It feels wrong to like make a J cup something that I wouldn't personally drink though. I have I have my history with black coffee, but I think nowadays I'm not built for those streets. J cup of coffee. Cup of coffee, man. Cup of coffee. It's probably coffee is the move there, huh? An evil drink. Bovril. That's too English. That's too English. That wouldn't that wouldn't cross the cultural divide very well, I think. It's also it would be stolen valor because I like that's the north of England and I'm a southerner. It wouldn't be fair to try and claim Bovril. Oh, oh, the length of the day. Blackcurrant? It could be blackcurrant. It could be blackcurrant. I kind of like that actually. I was a big time juice haver when I was a small bunny, known for known for grape juices, pear juices. What was the other one I really liked? Peach. Yes, 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 yes. Because we used to go to a little Italian restaurant. They always had glass bottles of peach juice, and anytime we were there, I'd get one, and then always want a second one. But my parents would rightly warn me it would make me feel sick because they were extremely syrupy. Um, yeah, yeah, I could see blackcurrant actually. That's kind of cute, like a fruit juice type. Because the regular J cup's obviously hot chocolate, and then the other one is yeah, it's like blue raspberry something, kind of sorbet-ish, kind of ice creamy. Got some sauce drizzle. Third one that's juice. I could see that. Juice in an evil looking cup though, an evil black cup. There's something to think about. I shall consult with my designers. I'm I'll consult with the people who make these things for me because I'm the one who designs them. I'll consult with myself first. I do a lot of consulting, a lot of sending emails. I am the kind of beast who signs my texts. Actually, it's a little as I think some of you here know possibly. If I've ever like communicated with you professionally, I suddenly become a whole different person. I'm all like hope. I'm on my hope this finds you well type of shit. All the best, comma then my name type beat. Oh yeah, I definitely couldn't go long tonight. I am. It's coming up for 1 in the AM, and I am super flagging to be honest, which is kind of a pity. Um, on my regard, paragraph break diction. Easy for me to say. On my regard, paragraph break diction. I am liberal use of M dashes in my texts of late. It's becoming a problem. I'm keeping a close eye on it. I'm monitoring the situation, but there's like a real worry I'm going to become like an M dash type of girl far too readily. It's so versatile. Mind you, I'm not insane. I limit them to one per text, certainly, but like if I'm in a string of texts, there'll probably be one in each. Depends how much information I go get across, but I've noticed myself use them a lot at the minute to like separate out ideas without making one incredibly long, unbroken sentence. Just kept talking in one incredibly long, unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had a chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. I feel like if I played the Picard video on stream, that would get content matched for Star Trek, which is a real shame because that's a tremendous type of video. Do we all know? Like, I'm not going to try and set up like a capture window because I'm almost certain it would get me in trouble. Do we all know the Picard video? I hope we do. I hope that's a widely known about thing. While I wait for a response, I'm going to have some more water. I saw Mars was here earlier, but I think she had to go to bed because it's equally late for her, and she was out Halloweening in her very cool Halloween costume. But if she was here, I know she'd know the Picard video. Sorry to be so like not low energy. I might promise, but I'll post it in the server. Um, not in like an announcement channel because that will somewhat take the edge off of me posting this outfit. But I'll put it in there. It's important to me that you all get to see the Picard video at least once. Yeah, I know it's fine because it's my house and my rules, and even if you minded, I'd still be doing it. But I'm sorry, I am kind of a little kind of end of stream energy right off the jump. It's the price of streaming at midnight on a Friday, as I say. But actually, where are we? 1:45. I'm gonna start the slow process of winding down now. I've shown you. Now we've had the debut. You've seen the assets, by which I mean the backgrounds, and the model. And I've shouted out Jupiter. I shouted them out already, but I will say that's catastrophe_Jupiter here on Twitch, and they have links to the rest of their socials there. If by some chance you're watching this and you're not already familiar with their work, please do go check them out. They stream fairly frequently, and they're a lot of fun. And also, they are responsible for basically like all of the models you ever see in this community. An absolute trooper, and without them, we would be nothing. Oh dear me. Plus, actually, even if I was like full of beans, like even if I just sprung out of bed like an hour and 20 minutes ago, which is about how long it takes for me to wake up, I couldn't go much longer than this because, as you can hear, my voice is kind of straining. And nice as it is to have like good smooth tracking for this, it does require the ring light to be on, and having the ring light going in your face when you're like a full week into action, surprisingly wearing. But I was going to say something else. Oh shit! I forgot the hand tracking. I completely forgot. I was gonna hit you with one of these. Hold on a second. This is very important. It's very important that I give you one of these, at least for the screenshots. It'd be a crime not to hit this one, given the energy of the model. So let me give you the double. Fuck yes, I love hand tracking. Shit rules. Give you some of that. Unfortunately, it doesn't like go in front of the face, so I might do something a little crass. But that's another story for another time, perhaps. Give you another one. It's amazing how much I don't get sick of this. Yeah. Ah, love it. Love it. it is really funny. I was thinking, like, am I gonna kayfabe it up? Am I gonna be like all kind of dark and broody and serious? But I don't think I have it in me. I just enjoy streaming too much. It's very funny to go for this kind of like more sinister gothic look and all like the dark colors and the warning signs and the scary toony eyes and the asymmetrical stuff. But I'm still like, I still talk like this. I'm not the kind of bunny you can put on much of an act, to be honest. You just get what you get with me. But I think that's all part of the charm. You can dress scary and have fun. In fact, you have to. If you're not having fun, then what are you dressing scary for? Some might say that's being a poser. Those people are wrong. That's my philosophical statement this Halloween. Is that if you want to dress up like this any day of the year, if it makes you happy, you go ahead and do it. Because this shit rules. I'm having a great time. My my punk optimism, perhaps you could say. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the hand tracking. Anytime I boot up the hand tracking app I'm using for this, I always spend like the first couple of minutes after I've got it set up just going like this and enjoying the novelty of having fingers, because I spend so much time sitting like this, just doing all my direction with this, because I'm a very very gesticular person. Okay. Ah, terrible, terrible. Too easily amused. Far too easily amused. But I think I am going to start wrapping up reasonably promptly. Actually, hold on. I know V's having some honking them horns. Yeah, you knew. I'm glad it came across why I was giggling like a child about that. I know V's unfortunately having some tech issues at the moment, so I was gonna just kind of kick the can down the road on this until she was ready to go live. I'll keep it waiting. If she does go live, I will send you all over there. And if she doesn't, then I will send you all. Is Fluffletown live? Yes, they are. I'll send you from one bunny to another, but that means we got about 10 minutes to fill. Potentially 10 or possibly more minutes. I'm sure I have something I can fill 10 minutes with. Start doing shadow puppets. Hit you with the fox. When I was a kid, this was always like, it's not even close, but when I was a kid, this was like shadow puppet sign for a goat. Favorite Halloween candy? Specifically Halloween candy. In my head, like the mini chocolate bars are always really good. I think the Brit Halloween candy situation is very different from the American candy situation. Possibly from what I've heard, I'm not sure. I think you guys have a lot more I don't know if we even really have a word for it. It's just like very American stuff. Like we don't have British candy and no such thing actually. That's sweets over here now I come to mention it. We ain't got no such thing as candy. That's a purely American term. If you ask for some candy on Halloween, people give you funny looks. I have of what I would consider like specifically Halloween candy. Uh, my bad. Hey, hey, hey! Watch out. um, I'm not super big on candy and sweets and stuff. I do like chocolate. I definitely like if I have anything, I'll go for some chocolate. Say like hard candy, boiled sweets to me. Don't really vibe with that too much. Something like a gummy, not really. Fudge I like, definitely. Um, and I was thinking it's the only like in my head it's the Halloween candies because I know there's shit like what are they called, like circus peanuts. I know those show up on the Halloween tier lists a lot. Choco. Um, do they have Sentai? You read my mind, to be honest, because I was gonna say the only kind of traditionally Halloween type candy I've ever had is candy corn, and I fucking love them. And they don't show up much here. They're kind of just in like sweet import shops mostly. But I fuck big time with candy corn, or at least I did like 8 or 9 years ago when I had it. But that stuff was nice, super waxy for sure. Candy corn's underrated. I hear it gets a lot of hate. In my head, like I was, that's why I was taking such a long swing up to it, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get if I'm gonna get put on the cross for this one. I don't know. Maybe there's no fucking candy corn likers in the chat tonight, but I'm glad there's literally dozens of us, literally two of us right now. Right, the candy corn's really good. Fucking yes! I was so worried you were gonna come out swinging against candy corn. I couldn't bear the possibility that might happen. That's damn right. I know I'm in the clear morally. If you're agreeing with me, again, the mandate of heaven. Yeah, candy corn is probably, if I had to say, like a Halloween candy. Halloween was something I have a favorite. Do you like candy corn? But I can't eat too much. Oh, for sure. Hold on. Oh, I love you, mute button. Um, any kind of like even just chocolate. Like if I get like a bar of chocolate, like a small one, I can definitely have all that. But if I get like a bag of chocolate pieces, I gotta like cut myself off pretty promptly, because if I have too much of anything sugary, I start feeling like rough pretty quickly. Place I work at already has Christmas colored bulk candy, but I don't think I'll get my favorite. Oh, Christmas stuff already. I know it's crazy. Vox Pop invoked and the first time since the crucifixion of Christ to glaze candy corn. That's the kind of moves we're making around here. Perhaps it's really funny you're waxing so lyrical that like my tired ass is having a hard time keeping up with it. Normally I'm right there on your beat, but because I'm kind of on the wind down for the week, I'm having a hard time working around move like shit like the Vox Populi. Not Halloween, but I love Rosanna candy from Italy. I don't know if I know the woman. Giotto. Let me have a Google. Rosanna candy. Rosanna candy. Oh, that looks. Well, I can't tell the taste to look at it, but that looks like a familiar type of thing. Became obsessed with the Christmas juju bells we used to go. Juju bells. Juju bells. It's throwing me a lot of terms I don't know. Juju bells. I did. I typed that in, and the recommendation, like the only suggestion that I had was Christmas Jujutsu Kaisen. Hard candy with like a sweet paste. Oh, I've definitely had some things like that. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's like eclairs, but it sounds like eclairs. Not the pastry kind with the cream, the hard candy kind. Juju, I have never seen a beast like that before. Is Jujubee like a Jujubee? I don't know what a Jujubee is either. Hold on. A Jujubee. No. Doesn't look like it. Bell-shaped gummies, half colored, half white. Yeah, that's the guys I'm seeing. Those, I can see those being very nice. In terms of, excuse me. Oh man, my voice is leaving before I am. In terms of like my that's really similar. Like it was Christmas as well. I think there's a chocolate bar they used to make. There's a chocolate bar called the Flake, which is like the shit we put in ice cream cones, but you can just buy it on its own. Um, I've been searching Juju Bells and I'm getting what looks like a John Taylor Swift. What the hell? That's a crazy sentence you just said. Um, Back when I was very small though, probably like 5 maybe. You can still get flakes like sold individually. There's kind of like how would I describe it to someone who might not know? They're like a single very thin sheet of chocolate, like the length of a bar, and the other hand, please. Like the length of a regular chocolate bar, and like super thin, but like as it's made, it's kind of like pressed out in folds, so it all wraps over itself. It's like it's just like itself. I can't compare it to anything else. It's like a sort of folded kind of like sheet square rectangle. Thin but dense. Yeah, it's like the individual stuff is if you rolled it all out, like took all the waves out of it, it would just be a thin sheet of chocolate, but it's like they've wiggled it and squiggled it all into being a single bar. Very crumbly, falls to pieces a lot, goes lovely in ice cream. And when I was a kid, they used to make a version of that had like a chocolate coating around the outside. Oh man, sorry about my voice. I'm wearing a big scarf as well because if the cold touches my neck, I start coughing way worse. Deep breath. Like a chocolate coated flake. And then so it's like kind of like a Snickers maybe, thinner than that, but like rounder flake. And then they had one of those with chocolate coating, but the inside stuff was like white chocolate, and they called that a snowflake. And I don't know what my current palate would make of it, but when I was 5, that was the tastiest sweet thing I had ever eaten. And they made them like 1 year and then never again. Although, in my looking it up, I have found out that maybe like a lot of things that existed in my English childhood and then stopped, it's still out there somewhere in Australia. That happens a lot for some reason. They still have Woolworths, which is where I did all my like. It's just like a Walmart type of arrangement, I suppose. Like clothes and a few other stuff. Toys is mostly what I know it for. But that closed down over here and still exists in Australia, apparently. Do they have candy with really chalky textures over like Smarties and candy cigarettes? They do have candy cigarettes, and I was big into those when I was a kid. Smarties are different over here. This is something I've discovered previously. They're more like. Actually, am I thinking? Yeah, they're more like M&M's is a Smartie in His Majesty's Green and Pleasant Land. I didn't know American Smarties were something else. I hope I'm thinking of the right thing. Let me look this up. American Smarties. Yep, that's a super different beast. That's like a Parma Violet, as far as I'm concerned, which I hate. I hate Parma Violets. They are my well, it's the whole method is really unpleasant. Parma Violets are the ones that are specifically like lavender flavored. Can't abide the fucking things. Never have been able to. Simply intolerable, and I probably will catch some heat for this, but Dr. Pepper tastes exactly the same way to me, so I have never fucked at all with that either, despite multiple attempts to. Me and the doc have just never seen eye to eye. But then I'm not much for fizzy drinks anyway, admittedly. Outside of the occasional Pepsi, Fanta, or more recently Iron Brew, because my Scots companions have introduced me to the wonders of it. Smarties, though, the UK kind, I do like those. Although there was a big push when I was a kid, they got rid of the blue kind of Smarties. Something like an M&M. Yeah, they're very like M&Ms. They're a little smaller. They come in like, oh god, I don't know if they still do. They used to come in like a cardboard hexagonal tube that popped open weird. There was a whole thing, probably when I was about 7 or 8, where they got rid of the blue Smartie. not like a character. They just stopped having them included because the artificial blue got in some controversy, like whatever they were using to make it that blue. And then it came back a few years later, notably less blue, but also much less artificial. That's a little. Oh, speaking of candied controversies from when I was a young'un, there's a chocolate bar over here called Yorkie, which is like quite dense, quite hard chocolate. Um, it's, um, it's kind of it's just like very solid chocolate. It's a bit sort of Toblerone shaped, but not a triangle. Like it goes up like that, but it ends in a square top. And that used to say on the packaging, like it was Yorkie, not for girls, and the O was like a no entry sign with the slash across, and then like the kind of like restroom depiction of like a woman inside that. And I completely understand why they changed that. Both the not for girls and the no entry to women sign thing is gone now, and that is right. But I have always really liked Yorkies, and I would find it way more funny if they still had that on them. I must admit. I would buy the non-woke chocolate. I still do buy the woke chocolate that stopped being misogynist in just the craziest way. I suppose the implication being like your girly jawbones and teeth can't handle this hard chocolate. You can't handle my chocolate, woman. My chocolate's strong enough to kill a dragon. But fucking shows them because I've been eating that stuff for like 20 years more. Oh god. In my head, 20 years ago was when I was like 5. That's not true. Can't have chocolate anymore because of woke. Ah, fuck. They definitely like we don't really have the M&Ms as characters over here, but like they definitely made the M&Ms woke, right? Imagine a gendered candy section like how they do for toys. It's surely we weren't far from that world. If a few dice had rolled differently, I think we could well have ended up there, which would be super super funny to be honest. The misogyny Mars bar is crazy, by the way. Woke Mars bar that. Oh, it's not Mars bar, is it? I almost embarrassed myself. Woke Snickers that doesn't have the dick vein on it. Maybe there's a market for that. Much debate on the socio-political significance of how sexy the green M&M is. I think, it's the green M&M was kind of in my head as like she's the one where the culture war is fought. I feel. I think depending on who you are, that could go either way. I feel it's just from inside my own echo chamber, though. I feel like she's far more the woke green M&M for being. I was going to say for being so sexy, but that suggests that I do agree that the green M&M is sexy, and I don't, and I never have, and maybe that puts me at odds with the people at large. I've never seen it. I've never understood. No, I understand, but like I don't feel it. I don't agree with it, even though I maybe get it. And I could get it, but that's a whole separate question. My water. I did. I had speak on the subject of sweet stuff. I did have 3 spoonfuls of honey before we started, which I think is why I've been able to go for a little over an hour. The complex green M&M constituency. I'm a single issue voter, and it's about I'll vote for whoever says it's okay to want to fuck the green M&M. Is what I might say if I thought the green M&M was sexy. Big difference between understanding the mechanics and powering the machine. Exactly. That's you get me. You get me for sure. I see how it works, but I would never turn the crank myself. I wouldn't dare. No, I would. I could dare. I don't fear the green M&M for being sexy, because I don't think the green M&M is sexy. The more I talk about this, the more it's starting to sound defensive. Meanwhile, all I remember about the brown M&M was the commercial about her trying to not be pigeonholed into being sexy while the red M&M was stripped. See, this is what I mean. Like, I don't see commercials or nothing. I exist very much outside the advertising ecosphere, ecosystem, I should say. So I kind of like I catch the downwinds of these things, but when I hear like the brown M&M was trying not to be pigeonholed while the red M&M stripped, it does kind of make me remember how insane commercials actually are. 12 Angry Men voice. I'm not going to say the green M&M is sexy and you can't make me. That's a wonderful confluence of ideas and images. 12 angry M&Ms. There aren't that many colors though. I mean, there are that many colors, but not of M&Ms. I don't think. No, there's not a lot. I haven't had M&Ms in a minute, to be honest with you. Do you guys? You must. I must assume if there's a variant of candy, you guys definitely have it. Peanut M&Ms. Because I don't remember the last time I had a regular M&M, but peanut M&Ms are an occasional fanciful snack. If I'm feeling like kind of hurting my teeth from the sugar and the slightly scratchy texture of the outside once the sugar coating comes off, which is kind of setting my teeth on edge just thinking about it. Actually, the yellow one in the commercials is specifically a peanut one. Oh, can't remember the last time I had any M and M's, but had the peanut ones before. I think peanut M and M's are like they're kind of a big time cinema snack for me. They're a movie going thing. Most of the time I get them, I'll have those either with or instead of popcorn. Mini M and M's. That's true. That's true. I kind of forgot about those. Pretzel caramel ones. I think I've had the salted caramel ones um once or twice, but it kind of hit like the sugar apex for me, where I was like, I can't really be indulging in all that. Chato, 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 gonna die. uh, Unfortunately, it's not affecting my voice in the way I was hoping it might, where it goes all kind of deep and gravelly. Oh, actually, since it's still Halloween, I can mention this bit of trivia because I was thinking about that. I was like, if my voice starts getting bad on the stream, maybe it'll make me sound more sinister and evil. Um, and I was thinking about the genie from the movie Wishmaster and how apparently he ended up sounding like that because the guy who played him in the genie prosthetics, because it was like a big, serious kind of latex mask, he couldn't really move his jaw that much, so he couldn't eat much. So I think he was kind of subsisting on set off of jelly beans and milkshakes. So it gave him like a really kind of like mucusy voice. That sounds more disgusting than it is. Very kind of like deep, and you know how it is if you eat a shitload of jelly beans and drink a lot of milkshake, the kind of thing that does to your throat. And I was like, it would be awesome if I could end up having like a Wishmaster type voice. That would really suit the look, but instead it's just kind of made me sound a bit hoarse and strained. A bit like an old wise man. I should be an old wise woman, but they don't really sound like that. Old You only get old wise women, you get old wise men, and then you get old hags. Rough Dark coming out the other. I did think that when I heard that actor, I was like, that's gotta be pretty fucking miserable to get done with a day of being the genie and Wishmaster and have all that to contend with. Um, God, we have to put a pretzel inside you commercials. M&M's are moving in a whole different fucking dimension of advertising, is what I'm learning. They have their own store and shit, right? You get the M&M store. I know there's one in London, I think. Brother was destroying those porta potties. I just know it. It had to be hell on that set, which is kind of appropriate. I think, yeah, Wishmaster's a really, really good horror movie, as far as I'm a monster movie, I should say. It's got cameos from I think like a lot. I don't want to say all, certainly a lot of like slasher movie actors. I think the guy who played Jason Voorhees was there. I know he was. I think the guy who was Freddy Krueger was there, and the one and fucking only Tony Todd was there for a cameo. It's a star-studded cast if you're into your sort of like 80s and 90s slasher, monstery, supernatural kind of killer movies. Granted, the Eminem commercials I'm remembering from the mid 2010s. I haven't watched cable in a long time. Aye, that's true. I assume commercials were more insane back then, but again, I also haven't watched anything with commercials on it for a very long time now. I want to watch Meatball Machine since it's horror toku, but it just seems like too much. That's a scary ass name. Meatball Machine. Bear with me 1 second while I find out what the jazz is with that. 2005 horror. That Yamaguchi. Okay. That's a scary ass sentence you just said to me. To be fair, it was the mid 2010s. A whole bunch of stuff was more crazy. LMFAO was on the airwaves. It's kind of nuts. Oh. This is purely me showing off because it felt fucking amazing. But like I do the dulls not every day lately because it's been busy this month. But like I try and do like a set of the daily online game type of things. And I did like Bandle's in the rotation, and I never do very well because I'm not a big time music knower. And I got today my first ever fucking hole in one guess, and it was under par as well. And I was sitting there in disbelief. I was fucking pumping the air. I was so happy because it wasn't because it's Halloween. Everything's kind of like, it's got a Halloween theme to it. Um, but it wasn't like Thriller or anything. Like it wasn't a super obvious one. And to get it one under par, my first ever first try, I felt fucking electric after that. I felt like I could have started walking on the fucking ceiling. Shit felt amazing. Still looking. I forgot I still had the tab for Meatball Machine open. That does look like a lot, to be honest. That looks like quite a bit. Somehow the oh yeah, it's vivid. Kind of shit makes you understand the invention of the victory dance for fucking real. I started taunt spamming to nobody. I started hitting the fucking emote wheel in my own room. I don't think it's the. It might be the biggest I've popped off playing one of those because it's just a one I never do well at. I did post about this in the Discord when it happened, but I did framed the like guess the movie from. No, I did. It was title shot. Guess the movie by like a very pixelated version of the shot the title appears in. First one I ever did, and it was a fucking like a nothing movie, not super famous, and I got it the first try, first thing that came to my head, and I have been riding that high ever since. Because generally speaking, I don't get title shot in one if I get it at all, because it's kind of like an 80-20 if I've seen a movie. I've seen a lot of weird shit, but there's like a lot of the time when you get done, it tells you like how many people like got it in what percent. Like it's like the top 10 guesses for that guess out of 6, and a lot of the time the ones I don't get, most other people got it like immediately. I'm an enigma of media consumption. I've seen shit no one's ever heard of, and I haven't seen not all the classics. I've seen a lot of the classics and a lot of things you have heard of. It's impossible to gauge my blind spots. Sicko precision statistics. Sometimes I do call them into question, though. Sometimes I do think there might be some Googling Garys inflating those numbers. Because I look at some of them and I'm like, this doesn't seem like a movie that many people have seen to get it in one. Some of you are very good at this game. Suspiciously good at this game, I might say. But far be it from me to start casting around accusations against my fellow framed and title shot players. I was kind of sad actually. Ow. Bit the inside of my cheek. Oh, I had a problem while I was setting this up, by the way, where the face tracking part of this kept thinking that my mouth was here. Like, come on, you know where I'm pointing. It gets confused. It doesn't know how to handle my face. Kept thinking that my mouth, like it was doing the tracking between my top lip and the tip of my nose, not like on my mouth, which luckily fixed itself. But that was an interesting couple of minutes trying to figure out how to get it to stop doing that. I thought I might have to like start drawing clown makeup on myself or something. It is kind of crazy how well this works, though, by the way, because this is literally just like a program and a webcam. I'm not wearing any ping pong balls or nothing. Like, I'm not in a mocap suit, which, you know, it's obviously not perfect and it's limited to what, like, my camera can see, but for what it is, balls. Hey, hold on. There's the edge of my frame. Come on. Get a load of this. I do love just being able to point at stuff. I need to get more, like, I need to, I need to get this into VR chat and get an actual VR headset and start juggling. This feels like what this kind of setup is for. I want to start hitting the juggling moves. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was kind of sad when we did the Skyrim stream that the dolls never came up on the wheel because I feel like I'd have a good time streaming those. And if I had been more forward thinking, I might have set that up for tonight. But it feels a little antithetical to the theme of the evening. Yeah, let me do I have? No, I haven't got anything else to show off. I thought I did. For a second, I thought I had more alts, but I have this with the normal eyes. But honestly, I don't feel too inclined to do that. I could start discussing the lore, but I don't have that. It is funny being a regular girl VTuber besides being a bunny, because like, not that most VTubers when we get new outfits have lore for them, but it is funny that my outfits like do have some internal lore to them, but I don't have any lore to attach that to. So like, there's an in-universe justification for why I look like this now, but the universe it's in isn't real. It's it's a Jayist kind of problem, I suppose. I'm sure there's like a term for that, but once a long time ago someone described something as a Jayism, and that's kind of stuck in my head as a descriptor for the ways in which I act and carry on. Oh, Sentai, thank you so much for the gifted subscription again. Number one patron of the arts. Excuse me. Most universes aren't real besides the main one, probably. That's true. The rich internal cosmology, which we only catch glimpses interpreted as mysteries. Amen to that. It's like it's like the thing inside the universe is real. The universe of my lore, that is. Like, the stuff that exists within it is real, and I could tell you about it, but the universe it sits within is not. Like, there's observable matter in a non-existent body. Because I don't have lore. But I do come up with stories about my outfits. I did have a whole thing. I won't get too into it because I still kind of want to do it. I don't want to like blow the lid off it. I did have a whole thing I wanted to do, like transition into this model involving like fucking using VRM to animate stuff. But it ended up that's probably like a whole month kind of affair, to be honest. It'll happen eventually. I had my second model for a while before I made that lore origin such as it was. It'll stand for a bit. Happened in Spider-Man when MJ married that one guy in the universe didn't exist. That sounds right. I'll accept that without asking any follow-up questions, to be honest. I believe that to be true. You can tell me just about anything happened in comics and I'll believe it. I've read exactly enough comics to know how weird they can get, and then not enough to actually know what goes on in them. So I'm a perfect mark for lying to me about the events of comic books. Oh, excuse me. I've been sitting with a shirt I was wearing on my lap for the entire duration of this stream. Believe any old bullshit happened to that boy Peter Parker. That's for damn true. He went through just about everything as far as I'm aware. Peter Parker almost stopped the JFK assassination. Doctor Who did that, actually. No, he didn't. He was just there. That's not true. He didn't even try. He just went to see it. But that's because he's a respectful time traveler. And he knows you can't interfere in affairs of the past except for when you can. I feel like there should be some kind of penalty for me mentioning Doctor Who unprompted. If I still had the wheel set up, I'd spin it. Just for the fun of it. That time I was trying to get the tracking to pick up on the fact I do just actually raise my pinky when I drink stuff, but it didn't work because there was a water bottle in the way. Can I get the effect across? Yeah. It's like that. It's like that. Stop it. Juvenile. I do kind of wish as I'm wiggling around, the knowledge I could set my camera to be portrait mode instead of landscape, and this has full body tracking. It has me wishing I'd had more time and had discovered that with more than like 20 minutes till it was time to hit the go live button, because the prospect of being able to like move around in full 3D is so tantalizing to me. It'll happen. It'll happen. Just you wait. One of these days. I'll enter an even... I'll travel to this dimension even more so. Excuse me. Oh. Bleh. Fuck. I wish it was easier to stick your tongue out with my model. I want to hit that in moments of silence where I kind of haven't got anything to say. Just give you fuck. Give you some of that. Mods. What? What are the mods gonna do? What? Hey! What the hell? I'm having a rebellion here. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Eat that. I don't have to get my arm. That's gross. No, there you go. Eat one of those. There. Don't underestimate women almost in their 30s. Fuck, it doesn't work without the tongue. What the? Hey! Stop that. There you go, that's the real shit. Bleh. Bleh. Oh, my voice. Hey! That's a diabolical kind of emote. I don't know about all that. That's scary. You know what's annoying about this tracking is it's way more CPU intensive. Like I'm astonished how well everything's been working considering how CPU intensive this is. But like the face tracking, besides the fact it occasionally loses track of where my mouth is really good. Presumably that's why it's so CPU intensive. But like I can really get across my kind of emotive style very well with this. But it is just it's too much of a beast to justify using for anything that isn't a special occasion. Which is a shame because I love being able to hit the side eye without kind of freaking out. It also does help I'm using like an actual DSLR and a ring light instead of this laptop's built-in webcam and a desk lamp, which is what I tend to do if I'm not the focus of the show. I shouldn't be telling you that. That's a professional secret. I shouldn't let you know what I operate like most of the time. I always use the ring light and the DSLR, and I have like a professional microphone. That's actually true. I do. I do have a proper mic. I record in a sound studio. I wear full tracking gear all the time. I paint the dots on my face. I do everything absolutely professionally. And I'm not sitting in front of a bed sheet on like a folding like sash room divider right now to help the tracking not get scared of the stuff in the background. Because I wouldn't do that. Because I'm definitely a professional. Talking like I'm doing the fucking April 1st stream right now. That's not true. But you didn't need me to tell you that. Excuse me. Ah, Jacobs, can I be real? I'm quite tired. I think an hour and a half roughly of stream is about all I've got in me tonight. We've had a bit of yakking, a bit of flapping of the gums. I should really have bought some candy along, but I think an influx of sugar would have just made me feel rougher. It's been I feel like that was a long week, to be honest. I feel like that week went pretty hard for how for the fact it was a regular length week. That didn't feel regular. I feel like I did maybe like 6.5 days. But stalling always works. Chat. This is see. I tell a lie when I say I was only pretending to be a professional. I am an absolute fucking consummate pro because I was just about to call it quits and V went live. I know exactly what I'm doing. I had that shit timed down to the minute. Don't ever, ever, ever doubt me. If it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, I'm playing a trick on you. Right. In which case, I am going to send you guys over to V's channel. She's YouTube chilling, doing some Halloween walkarounds, seasonal events, spooky stuff, some ghost stories. I'm not sure what you all submitted. This is up to you. I'm talking to you. You guys have determined the flow of her stream, so you will all sleep in the bed that you made, unless you didn't submit anything, in which case you'll sleep in the bed other people made for you. So I suppose you're going to a hotel. But I am going to send you guys over to V. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out and listening to me prattle crap with a shot voice and a cold, and coming to look at my wonderful new model. Again, please, I don't know what you could do. Show support to Jupiter. Show up to their streams. They stream all kinds of interesting stuff. And frankly, more people should go and see them because they're very fun. And I will see you again twice in November, and that is a promise. it will be a landmark second 2 stream month in a row. Because I already have a collab planned for sort of earlier in the month, and the 26th, which is a Wednesday, so probably won't be when I stream, but is my birthday. So we will definitely be doing something for that, because it is a crime punishable by exile to be a VTuber and not celebrate your birthday in some regard, I think. At least if you're me, I'd like to. It'll be fun. We'll do something. We'll have an event. We'll have some guests on. I'll figure it out, but I'll see you then. And I'm going to actually type out the raid command before I forget. I know. Yep, there you go. Right. My buttons. It's fine. I'm sure. Well, seemingly the raid is going on, but I'm not getting the actual buttons to send you guys over, so that's fine, I'm sure. Let me reset my web page and see if that helps. Yes. Good. Okay. Right. In which case, I am finally going to send you guys over to V. Enjoy your Halloween chilling. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween. I hope you have a lovely evening no matter what you're doing, and thank you all again so much for stopping by, and I will see you all for the next stream. Take care, everybody. Good night.